Okay, sorry, Facebook people. I should have done that. Anyway, TikTok was here and everything. Again, Grand Rapids, that was a mistake. The warning was far down to the south. Far down to the south was where the warning was. So I am literally all the way up here on the north side of town, and my sirens went off. So again, we are very far away from the tornado. There is no threat for Grand Rapids. No threat for Grand Rapids at all. But Middleville, definitely time to be in your safe place still. And eventually, this is moving over in between Freeport and Hastings. So this is again moving east at about 35 miles per hour, likely having a lot of wind come down with this as well. And this is a tornado warning. It is radar indicated. It will expire in about 12 minutes. I don't know what that means. Okay, so it looks like the tornado warning has been allowed to expire, but these storms are still packing a punch moving over to the east. Put velocity back on here, and we are still seeing some broad rotation up in the storm. Again, it's very basic. Green is towards the radar, red is away from the radar. So sometimes that means we're seeing some rotation there, but again, not seeing anything that is immediately concerning anymore, but that was definitely not looking good for a minute. And again, the warnings, the sirens did go off in Grand Rapids, but that was unfortunately the warning barely clipped the county and off they went for the whole Kent County, most likely. So I do want to put a loop on here really quickly for you. And you can see how that rotation developed, right? And moved over to the south and the east. Man, in, out, in, out. Okay. Started in Barry County, moved over to Middleville and Irving. You can see a nice little cluster of lightning developing with it as well. So the storm just kind of blew up like crazy and is still moving over to the south and the east. Very broad rotation still ongoing with the storm. So keeping a very close eye on it for areas in between Freeport and Hastings. And again, Grand Rapids, you're not in it. In fact, most of the storms have already passed. You can see them racing over to the southeast. We have had a few severe thunderstorm warnings over to the east, like for Ionia, and I saw a few more pop up, I think, off up north. But for the most part, what we're looking at with this is just this little round of storms coming on by. But they have been getting rowdy every couple of minutes. Sorry about the sound thing again on Facebook. I have an actual microphone instead of the laptop mic. I just got to remember to turn it on. Thankfully, though, the warnings going off in Grand Rapids were a mistake. But you can see this storm heading for just north of Hastings now. Look at that rotation in it. You can see the whole storm kind of getting a nice little hook to it there, little rotation. Again, likely seeing some pretty big hail coming down as well. We'll have to check the reports on that. Okay, let's see if I got this figured out. There's all the comments coming in. All right. Alrighty. So again, this was the tornado warned storm. It is not warned anymore. The tornado warning has expired. Grand Rapids, we were never in any danger. This was way down to our south. Again, what happened was these white lines are the county lines. Let me pause it here. So this white line is the county line, and the warning went kind of like that, and it just barely clipped Kent County right there, and that's why the sirens went off. They fixed it pretty quick. It took a couple minutes, but definitely, I'm sure, made everyone nervous because there's just lightning all over the sky right now. So, yeah. But again, see all these magenta colors by Middleville? Man, there is probably some big hail coming down. By Lowell, there was reports of a little over an inch in diameter hail that was coming on down. So these storms have produced it and can still produce some pretty gusty winds as well. Let's switch back over to velocity. And again, we are seeing a little bit of broad rotation there. Definitely nothing like what it was earlier. I'll put the loop back on it here for you. And see how tight those reds and greens were? Man, they were very close together. So definitely worthy of a tornado warning for that area for sure. And again, that was radar indicated the whole time. And the storms are moving over to the east, losing a little bit of strength, it looks like, but we can put on a different radar just to double check. Let's put on Detroit's. There we go. And we got a few downpours going through Flint, Grand Blanc, over toward Howell. A little bit of thunder, lightning in Shiawassee County, but definitely not too much. But I just want to keep focused on this other this storm over here that did have the tornado warning a little while ago. This is still a very strong cell, very large, very strong cell coming on through. And again, this is moving over to the east at about 35 miles per hour. So the good news here is we got Freeport and we got Hastings, and with any luck, this thing is going to just continue to go kind of in between everything here, which would be great. Might even be seeing a little bit of a hook over here now. Put velocity back on. Yeah, now we're seeing a little more rotation south of Woodland. Now this would be heading into Eaton County by Vermontville, this little area of greens and reds here. Remember, green, the radar site's in Grand Rapids, so green is toward the radar, red is away from the radar. And that usually means that we have some kind of rotation going on. And this is brief. It's, it could be just a quick little spin up, but I'm kind of wondering now if Eaton County is going to be issued a warning here. We'll just have to see how this goes a little further over to the east. So we'll stay on here with you for a minute. I will stay on here with you a minute. Again, the original warning was back over for the cell by Middleville, this one right here. And that is now much more broad, but now we're seeing this area of rotation. And that's something that I want to keep a very close eye on for a second here. So again, radar, as it rotates around the radar site, which by the way is this black circle. No, it's no conspiracy theory. It's just the radar can't see straight up. So right over the radar dome, we got a nice little black spot. But this is not too far away from the radar. Well, it's probably getting a little ways away. Not too bad though, but we can check that. The radar beam height is about 1,400 feet off the surface there. It's higher up in the cloud, but we are definitely seeing some rotation now south of Woodland, north of Nashville. Nashville is where Mooville is, like the cow place and the ice cream and all that, Mooville. Headed toward Vermontville. Very familiar with these areas, so you're in good hands here. Again, I'm watching these greens and reds very, very carefully. I'm not seeing a tornado warning yet. We're probably waiting for another scan to see what it does, but this, we could definitely be seeing an inflow notch here with the lower returns showing up right there. And that usually means that the storm is rotating and hooking around like that. This one would definitely be something to watch here. In addition to this big cell with potentially a lot of hail just east of Middleville now, that'll hopefully kind of thread the needle between Freeport and Hastings. But this does look a little bit like we're getting a little bit of a hook on it there. Let's switch back over to velocity. And again, it does look pretty broad. It's not super tight rotation here. The core of the green is a little further away from the red. And again, green is toward the radar. Red is away from the radar. And that usually means that we have some kind of rotation here. So the cloud base is definitely rotating a little bit. We'll just have to wait for another scan to see how this is going to shake out for us. Again, I'm sorry for the sound issue, everybody. I'm new to this from home thing. So okay. Come on. The Detroit Metro will likely. There, we just got a scan. I will focus on Detroit in 2 seconds here. Getting a little bit of thunder and lightning, but definitely still some broad rotation with this right here as it starts to enter parts of Eaton County, leaving Berry County. And still a little bit of broad rotation over by Irving and just north of Hastings as well. Put the reflectivity back on. Yeah, we're watching this is what we're doing. We're just gonna watch it. But Vermontville, and it's very rural out here. I'll say that. I know this area very well. This is M50 is right here that goes down to Charlotte. M43 is this one up here, and I take this when I drive to Lansing, which has been a lot lately, to say the least. So yes, I know this area super well. Sunfield, Mulliken, got you. We're watching this again north of Vermontville is where I'm going to be watching this little potential hook coming on through. But we also got this big storm just north of Hastings, definitely looking like a hail core here for sure. Now this is showing hail potential. This is very delayed, but definitely has the potential there to produce some hail that could be an inch in diameter. Oh, this is much more friendly to look at. Okay. So we got these little areas of hail potentially showing up. And again, these are a little delayed. They're several minutes behind, but see, there could be one up near Ionia. Definitely the biggest potential for hail is Middleville and Irving right now for sure, along with a lot of thunder and lightning. So it looks like we're still good on warnings right now. We're not seeing anything, but I am going to stay on here and watch this as it goes into Eaton County because I'm a little concerned about that one for sure. I'll put a loop on it here and we'll try and some more questions. Yeah, ABC 12, those were fun days for sure. Oh yeah, Morris. Yeah, you got a little while to go, unfortunately. The storm should be out of here by midnight though, so I actually had a camera on Echo while I was having dinner with my boyfriend and saw that she was like freaking out. She doesn't usually do that. So I came home so she wasn't bothering the neighbors too much. Okay. Okemos, you're looking at, as of right now, just some strong storms coming through. Nothing is severe as of right now. But I am watching the storms come by. Okemos, you got some heavier rain coming through. Let me just pause it and zoom in for you. So you got the heavier rain right there. There's Lansing, East Lansing. And the way these storms are going, which is pretty much due east, maybe a little southeast tilt. Some of these heavier ones might head that way if they hold together, but some of these have been raining themselves out. And again, still watching these two pretty carefully. These were the two rowdy ones. Well, they are rowdy, I guess I should say, but they were the ones that were getting a little spinny, a little rotation going on there. And we still are seeing some of that rotation. We got two areas. Again, green is toward the radar, red is away from the radar. This was the one that was allowed to expire. And then we got that going on here too, toward and away. Rotation here. Cloud is rotating for sure, but not prompting a warning as of yet. But if that green gets any brighter, there might be a warning issued. Let's see here. This loads. I think these lives really suck down my internet speed, and I'm paying for the higher one. Allegan County, we got, let's see, dime size hail, dime size hail, dime size hail. Okay, come on. Yep, otherwise I'm not seeing anything too crazy right now. But again, I'm watching these two areas pretty carefully. Yes, these will eventually head over toward the Detroit Metro. So far, though, they look a little weaker than they did a few minutes ago. And that's been the pattern today. They've gotten big. We get a warning for like 15 minutes. And, it just can't get any stronger than that with our weather pattern that we have going on here. But definitely had some hail that was within severe limits earlier near Lowell. It was bigger than an inch in diameter. And again, we're watching these little rotation areas pretty carefully. But once this cluster is on through, that is it for the night. So that's some good news. And we'll put a loop on it here for you so you can kind of see what I was talking about. Just want to make sure everyone, at least on TikTok and everywhere else, can see it as well. So there are the storms coming on through. Again, this one right here is the culprit for the tornado warning for Allegan and Berry County. It's also why the sirens went off in Grand Rapids, but again, Grand Rapids, no tornado threat near you. And these storms are now moving into Eaton County. And again, I have some people watching from the Lansing area. Yeah, we'll have some thunderstorms come through for sure too. The light show in Grand Rapids has been pretty cool to watch. I'll say that. A lot of thunder and lightning going on across parts of Grand Rapids with these storms that came on by. So Kalamazoo gonna get it now a little bit as well. Might have a little bit of hail trying to show up there, but probably not too bad. If all we're getting is reports of dime size hail out of this magenta color that was showing up, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's make sure everything's looking good still. There we go. Again, we're watching this. There's no tornado threat right now for anyone, but we are watching the potential for a little rotation. We'll go back over to velocity and see what's going on. Again, these two little areas, yeah, we got some rotation going on a little higher up in the cloud. It was about 1,400 feet off the ground. I'm pretty sure the radar beam now would be about 1,600 feet, 1,700 feet. Okay. So it's a little higher up there. We want to see, obviously the base rotation. So as of right now, that's what we're watching there. Otherwise, so far, these are just kind of your general strong thunderstorms coming through. They do appear to be weakening a little bit as they're going over to the east. Less favorable environment. It was not as warm over there earlier. And again, right now for areas like Lansing and Okemos, we just have heavy rain coming on through. Same over towards Owasso. We can put the Detroit radar on so we can see a little bit better. Yeah, nothing to be concerned about over here at all yet. Owasso, Shiawassee County, Lansing, but we're just watching these storms a little further over to the west carefully. And once this is through, guys, that's it. So, like Grand Rapids, you're in the clear. It is moving only 35 miles per hour, so it's going to take a minute to get through everyone. And now, we're not even seeing as much thunder and lightning, which is a good sign because that means they are definitely weakening. There was a lot more thunder and lightning earlier as these were coming on through. Echo, you okay? Yeah. Hi. I don't know if you guys can see Echo, but she's trying to see. So we got no warnings right now, but the storms are still moving over to the east, about 35 miles per hour. And you can see how much thunder and lightning was with this one earlier. Now it's really starting to show signs of weakening, which is good as it starts to curve over to the east and southeast, moving into parts of Eaton County. Hastings, you're kind of getting clipped by this right now, and Lansing as well. We got a pretty good thunderstorm still that's headed toward the Kalamazoo area. A little bit of magenta showing up there, but we're far away from the radar beam, so likely just a good thunderstorm with some heavy rain and maybe some small hail coming down. Again, this bigger cell off to the north was only reporting dime size hail. The couple of reports that we did get with that one coming on by. Echo, you can come up here. Over here. There you go. This is my dog, Echo, by the way, if you guys have never seen her before. Echo. Here, come here. No? There she is. Weather dog. So yeah, still good. Not seeing warnings coming out with this. Let's see if I can find some more comments. Should be a little easier to find now. I do apologize for the sound issue a little earlier. Yeah, there was a tornado warning in Lansing last week, Laura, about 6 days ago. And now we had one just south of Grand Rapids. Thankfully, though, it doesn't sound like anything happened, but there was some rotation in the storm for sure. So again, these are moving in toward, I guess, toward the Lansing area. Got another bigger one that's moving down toward Kalamazoo. None of these have warnings anymore, though. Everything is being watched very carefully. If we'll go over to the Detroit metro, nothing happening as of yet. But we're keeping a close eye on it. Let's see. It looks like I just got a push notification on my phone. That's why I'm looking. It looks like the TikTok thing has passed. I guess it was being voted on by the Senate. Interesting. There's some breaking news for you while we're covering weather. Yeah, watching this probably is putting out a little bit of small hail, maybe dime size, pea size hail that's headed toward the Kalamazoo area. I know some of this can be a little hard to see, so let me get my cool little pencil here. Paw Paw, Manitowoc, Kalamazoo. That's I 94. That thick blue line that I just drew is I 94. Going through Kalamazoo, you got Portage down here, Kalamazoo up here. Yeah. So that's headed through Kalamazoo. Again, yeah, some pretty interesting formations on these storms, that is for sure. Let's go back over to some velocity. Oh, good. So we're not seeing rotation hardly at all anymore, which is good. And like I said a few minutes ago, it looked like they were weakening. You can tell the returns were coming down a little bit. There was less lightning. So that's some good news there. The storms are weakening as they move into a less favorable environment. So that is good, good, good. And again, I'm not seeing rotation with these anymore. No, we are in Michigan. This is Michigan. We got Lansing, Michigan right there. We got Grand Rapids and Lansing as well as Kalamazoo, so we'll put a loop on it here. Again, I'm a meteorologist. I am a real meteorologist. I am a certified broadcast meteorologist for new viewers who don't know yet. And what that means is I was actually tested and submitted footage on how I cover weather to the American Meteorological Society. And I got the stamp of approval from a bunch of my peers and colleagues in the field. I had a panel of 5 people critique me, and I passed the test, and I passed the other test, and I passed the other test. Therefore, I was awarded Certified Broadcast Meteorologist number 785. So if you're ever wondering if this is legit, it is legit. I am a meteorologist. I have a degree from Central Michigan University, and I have my CBM, which is Certified Broadcast Meteorologist. Just to let you know that who you're watching is probably better than some other sources that I've seen out there. So. And obviously, I'm now not like a god at this because I did like 12 minutes without sound. So humbled myself real quick. Okay, but here's a look at the storms coming through. Again, Grand Rapids is in the clear, so once this line passes on by, everyone else will be in the clear as well. And we're not seeing anything severe right now. In fact, the storms do look like they are weakening, with the exception of a little rowdy cell down by Kalamazoo coming on through. Otherwise, the tornado warning that was for Grand Rapids earlier, again, that has expired. And everything is just tracking off to the south and the east. Wind is starting to pick up in Owasso. Echo is beautiful. Thank you for that. Oh yeah, okay. So red and green mixing. I will pull up the velocity here for you really quick. This can be a little scary and nerve wracking if you're not really, used to looking for stuff. But what I'm looking for would be like what we saw here. See the red and the green really close together and how bright it was? That means that there's strong wind counteracting each other. And that's what we're looking for. This huge, like, county wide scale of red and green. This is just showing general, like, wind overall right now. So it's just the winds are coming out of the west behind the cold front. And here, overall, they're blowing to the west. So that's all that is. We're looking for these, like, little cores. And look at this one. I mean, as it went between north of Nashville and Vermontville, like, you can see the red and the green literally kind of like rotating around each other. Really cool. Well, I guess it does that as it passes the radar by too. So again, no warnings right now. No warnings right now. Heavier storms are going to head towards Charlotte, Potterville, the south side of Lansing. So that'd be Holt, Diamonddale, Okemos a little bit. But again, I know there's people watching from Okemos. I'm not very concerned about you with the storms. Obviously, I care about everybody. That's why I do this. But I'm not concerned about the storms impacting you very much. Again, the biggest one is down toward Kalamazoo. And this last return that just came in, we were losing some of these magentas. So I'm thinking that one's even weakening as well. What we have going for us is it's dark. There's no heat from the sun. This is solely based on atmospheric processes right now. It's not like it was 90 out with the sun out all day or anything. So it's dark. We don't have that diurnal heating going on anymore, and that's helping everyone out. In fact, this is just like general downpours right now. I'm not even seeing any more lightning around Lansing or St. John's or Maple Rapids. Yeah. And just to put another little fun fact out there, I really made it a point to get to know the viewing area around Lansing and Jackson. I have been to every single small town that exists between Clinton County, Eaton County, Ingham County, Jackson County, and Hillsdale County. All of them. I can tell you the best places to eat, best places to get coffee, day trips, drives, scenic drives. And since I've commuted between Lansing and Grand Rapids about 750 times now, I can tell you a lot of things in between those two as well. So if you ever need a recommendation, feel free to send me a message. There are some cool little towns out here, guys. It is worth a day trip for sure. But again, storms moving east at 35 miles per hour. No more active warnings. Yes, there was a tornado warning earlier for Allegan and Berry County, and this is in Michigan if you're just joining me, by the way. Zooming out, see Michigan. Yay. So we're looking at the storms coming through areas of Michigan. And they're almost not even storms anymore. They're just heavy showers. I'm not seeing very much thunder and lightning at all with these as they come on by. But Lansing, we're starting to see some heavier returns. So Diamonddale, you can probably hear the rain hitting the roof. East Lansing, you can probably hear the rain hitting the roof. Okemos, Hazlet, Williamson. And I know, some areas, like we just had the warning in Lansing last week. Williamson, you had a heck of a tornado last year along I-96 back in August. So, everyone's a little nervous, but don't worry. These are getting less and less concerning every single time I'm seeing a radar scan. Less and less concerning. Oh, it's okay. Thanks for your kind words, Mike. I got plenty of time right now. Um, it's really all I can say about that. Got to be a little hush hush. But let's just say that I'll be doing things in this format for probably quite some time. So I got plenty of time to help everyone out, and I will be doing a lot of these lives, and there will be forecasting, and I'm also posting videos on my YouTube and TikTok about the state of the climate that came out on Monday, yesterday, which was Earth Day. Um, just yeah, weather and climate, and we're gonna focus on the great state of Michigan here. So again, we're looking at the storms coming on by. Let's just put a loop on it and zoom it out. And again, everyone take a deep breath. There's nothing concerning coming through for anyone anymore right now. In fact, they're all weakening substantially, actually, from what I can see, especially over Eaton County. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to hear a crackle of thunder. There will still be winds, 30, maybe 40 miles per hour with some of these storms coming by. To be severe, a warning will be issued if the winds are expected to be 60 miles per hour or greater, if there will be 1 inch diameter hail or greater. So we're not seeing either of those right now. That's why there's no warnings, but that doesn't mean you can't get a regular old thunderstorm. They can still be loud, they can still have a gust of wind, but we're just not looking at anything severe. And honestly, I'm hoping a 40-mile per hour wind gust won't cause that much damage wherever it happens. We should be able to handle 40-mile per hour winds okay. And I got my TikTok feed going on the side over here, and I'm new to this, and there is just a lot of notifications popping up. I don't even know what it all means. Oh well, I'm live. It's not good enough. All right, so again, these are moving on through Kalamazoo, probably having the heaviest storm right now, but I want to zoom in just really quick. We're not going to talk too much longer, don't worry. Because look at that thunder and lightning and how it just like goes away. I mean, this is a very weakening storm. It's still going to rain hard. Don't get me wrong. It's still going to rain hard. Yes, that is climax, by the way. um, Still going to rain hard. Don't get me wrong, but we're not seeing anything severe right now. The tornado warning expired. I'm not seeing a whole lot going on. We can turn on rotation and velocity and just take a little putz around town and see what's going on. It's hard to even tell I turned it on because I'm not seeing the rotation like we saw earlier, which is fantastic news. Fantastic news. We like seeing all uniforms reds. Now, yes, there's like this though is totally different. This is a whole county. Would you click? Thank you. Okay, so we got a whole county there. This isn't concerning. It's when they're really tight together that would be a little concerning. Let's see. Flint by 11. I think there's some rain coming down over there now. I got to switch over to the Detroit location. There we go. And it's over Shiawassee County right now. There's like one crackle of thunder northwest of Ovid. That's it. So yeah, Flint, you'll get this rain, but you don't need to be concerned about anything. Echo, what are you doing? You want to come back over here? There she is. No, that's the microphone. Don't do that. Hey, come here. Come here. There we go. There's the dog. Weather dog. There she is. Hi. You had a little bit of a rough time earlier with that lightning crackle and thunder crackle. So again, not seeing anything too severe. Echo's calmed down, so you can be calm like Echo. Right? Look over here. There. No? Okay. Okay, time to get down. Get down, please. You got slobber on the microphone. Thanks. Or just sit there and look at me. So again, not severe. I think I'm going to go hang out with my dog. And you guys have nothing else to worry about tonight. These are, man, this is really lackluster compared to what it was when I started the live. So again, no concerns here. Garden variety storms from here on out, it appears to be, everyone. No concerns. You want to go to bed? Go to bed. Yeah, just expect maybe a thunderstorm, but they're falling apart. They are falling apart. So on that note, thank you. I do apologize for the sound issue earlier. I purchased this little microphone from TikTok, oddly enough. There's a dog hair on it. And I forgot to turn it on. Whoops. So thank you for bearing with me, and I'll just get better as time goes on, right? Live, laugh, love, whatever. Okay. Anyway, thank you.